Just watched that video, y'all. So I just saw a video of a pregnant woman, oh my god, I'm trying not to cry, that got jumped at her own baby shower.
Hey y'all, happy hump day. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying your hump day. We are almost to the weekend, y'all. We are making it closer and closer. While you are here, go ahead and show your girl some love by liking the video and hitting subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. Y'all, look at my don't judge my t-shirt, y'all. I'm very much cozy. Okay, my kids have basketball practice today, and I was like, you know what, I'm not even about to just change just for a YouTube video and then put on something comfortable later on. Like, you know what, it is what it is. Okay, point blank period. Those who are interested in my personal channel, I just uploaded the new remote jobs that are hiring for the week. There are a lot of remote jobs that are hiring right now, y'all. There was a post talking about that went viral on Facebook yesterday. So if you are looking for remote work, or you know someone looking for remote work, it is a game saver for a lot of women, especially single mothers. When I tell y'all, that really saved my life because I don't have to pay for childcare. I don't have to spend extra money for gas. Listen, baby, I have a whole video on my personal channel as well for remote jobs for people who have little to no childcare. Okay, so definitely check that out. I'm gonna link that in the comments below. On top of that, y'all know I have story time, life after divorce, how I manifested my person, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so today's video is going to be about how a pregnant woman got jumped, y'all. This has been going viral. Now, apparently this story happened back in December, but it's right now trending and going viral. I will tell you, it has been more than one story surrounding this. So it's been details all over the place, but I'm going to show y'all the most updated information regarding the correct story because I think it's two stories that's out there. So I'm going to let y'all go ahead and see kind of what's going on with it. You're going to hear people speak on it, and then we're going to have the conversation regarding friends not really being your friends.
Just watched that video, y'all. So I just saw a video of a pregnant woman, oh my god, I'm trying not to cry, that got jumped at her own baby shower. And I'm talking about, this was a surprise baby shower that her so-called friends had threw for her, and she lost her baby, y'all. The baby did not make it. And when I tell you, like I said, it was, oh my god, it made me literally cry. They set her up, they had her meet at a certain location, and then when she tried to leave and open the car door, the person in the car would not unlock the door. So that person knew about it as well. So she had absolutely nobody at that baby shower that was actually rooting for her and supporting her. Everybody at that baby shower was had secret animosity towards her and took her baby. Oh, this is sad, man. This is sad. Please be careful who your friends are. So they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay, so this is going to be an update video on the video I posted about the young lady, Deja, I believe her name is, that got jumped by the 4 women. All right, so I went over to Facebook because I kept seeing a lot of conflicting information in my comment section. So I did see the video on Facebook, and the person that posted it said that she was going to a baby shower and she got jumped or whatever she was set up. So that's not what happened, and I couldn't watch the video all the way through because I was so sick to my stomach, and when I saw that, I made a video. Okay, so I went back over there after seeing all the confusion in my comments to dive deeper to see what really happened. So I came across her cousin's page, and her cousin did a live video. I watched the entire video. I went through a post and stuff to see what's going on, and this is what I got from it. I'm gonna post the cousin's Facebook page right here so that y'all, if y'all want to go ahead and watch the video, y'all can do so. So this happened in South Carolina. She's only 20 years old. She is okay, and she is also pregnant, and she's also very early in the pregnancy. So what started the situation? Like I said in my video, I would bet that it started behind a man, and in fact did start behind a man. So her and some of the young ladies that she was that jumped her were arguing on Facebook, I think initially about a man, but then it just progressed and got worse. And apparently Deja did say to one of the young ladies, like, oh, I would pew pew your kid. And so then they started to talk about the fact that her mom just passed. So her mom did also pass 3 months ago. And while that is completely unacceptable to say that about someone's child, the cousin did say that she does suffer from mental illness, and she has not been on her medication since her mom passed. So not only does she suffer from mental illness, she is grieving the loss of her mother, and she is not taking her medication. So I guess not just her, but her and her cousins have been like beefing with these girls, and the cousin has been telling them like, hey, like, don't pay her no mind, leave her alone, because you know she's not right in the head. And so they not trying to hear that. They just seen red, whatever. There's no situation, there's nothing anyone can say to you why you would. So now the setup, it gets to the point where, so what happened was she meets up with another young man thinking they are about to do. Yeah, she pregnant, linked up with a man thinking they're about to do. The man set her up. So the man pulls her up to the place to where they jumped her. The man pulls a to get her out of his car so that they can then jump her.
Okay, on this part, I'm going to mute this part because she goes into more graphic details about what happened physically with the girl. So if you are wanting to watch more in depth of that, then her TikTok handle is on the bottom left. You can type it in on TikTok.
People that were involved did get arrested, but they have already been released. And what else? Yeah, so she's grieving the loss of her mother. She's pregnant. It's so many things going on in this situation. There's nothing anyone says to you why you would ever want to commit an act, especially when if it started out behind a man, and if you know that this woman is mentally ill. So those are the facts. Those are what I got. I don't know about any other updates. This is what I got as of right now. Now, there's something I want to address. In my video, I said that if the situation that she got jumped about was behind the man that she is pregnant by, for her to get rid of the baby, I stand by what I said. And y'all are in the video like, you're telling her. I thought y'all was pro-choice. I thought y'all were pro-choice. Y'all are too okay with young women being in miserable situations that can be avoided. If this situation was behind her child's father, that could be a life of misery. Some people were saying like, oh, well, if it's behind the father, then that clearly he don't want to be in the picture. That's not true. There are men who have women and children, served their time, and then fought for custody, for shared custody, to see the child that they forced a woman to have, and have gotten those rights. These systems are not built to protect us. They are not. And what I'm saying is to young women, stop. Every man does not deserve to have their genes passed on. If you are suffering because of a man while you are pregnant, you are going to suffer after that baby is here. And between losing her mother, mental illness, being attacked by a bunch of hyenas, and then postpartum, is that what y'all want a baby to be born in? Y'all only care about the fetus, the fetus, the fetus. What about the fetus? What about the child when the child is here, and the quality of life that the child is going to have? None of y'all think about that. None of y'all say, you know what? Yes, it is an innocent soul. What about the soul once it's here and what it is going to experience? Y'all are too okay with bringing children into situations. Oh, well, you know, the child will help the mother to... That's too much responsibility that y'all want to put on babies. Oh, well, the child can help the mom grow up, and the child... That's not a child's responsibility. And y'all need to stop doing that. Oh, my child saved my life. That's not a baby's responsibility. As a mother, I care about children and children having a good life. Children deserve to be brought into healthy, happy situations. No situation is perfect, but children should at least be brought into a situation where they can be safe and protected and loved. And that does not appear to be her situation. Not at the moment. So no, I'm not an advocate for just bringing baby into any. And then, oh, well, the baby can be adopted. In this system, a little black baby in this system, don't piss me off. Y'all want to be all holier than thou and righteous in the comments. Oh, you want her to get rid of the baby? Yes. I'm tired of y'all birthing babies into poverty, into domestic violence, into unhealthy homes. I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm tired of it. These babies don't deserve to suffer so that y'all can have somebody that y'all can love, so that you can feel loved. It is not right. It is a privilege. And I want y'all to stop doing it.
Hey y'all, so I know y'all heard about the pregnant woman who was jumped at her own baby shower by her friends. This happened like 5 months ago, but I'm just now hearing about it. The story is viral, but I'm just now hearing about it. So let's talk about it, because this is ridiculous. What I'm trying to figure out is, where was her family? I know that this was a surprise baby shower, but nobody knew. Nobody that was for her, actually for her, knew that it was a surprise baby shower for her. It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is what I be saying by, you got to really watch who your friends are, and you got to be cautious who you befriend, because you just never know who's out to get you. They were really plotting on her. For them to throw her a surprise baby shower, then they was never her friends. And it's so sad that she experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Losing her child. All behind jealous friends, envy friends. I don't know the backstory behind why they jumped her, but I'm pretty sure it probably has something to do with the dude. I'm pretty sure. These stories always end like that. Like, it's ridiculous. It don't make sense. And yeah, they're in jail and they're not getting out, because that, yeah, it don't matter if the baby was in her stomach. That was a full developed baby. Y'all not never getting out. Like, that is just so ridiculous. Watch out for the little things. I'm telling you. You will know who your real friends are, because guess what? The little things matter. I am very big on little things because it matters. It does. It does. If you suspect something from somebody that you love, you need to look at that. Don't never not trust your gut. If your gut is telling you something about somebody, it don't matter if you knew them for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You look at that. You think about that, because that could save your life. For real.
Okay, so now that y'all kind of seen what was going on, let's talk about it. Now, like I said before, there are two different stories going on about this. So if you type this story in on TikTok or even on Facebook, you might see conflicting information. Like, what information is right? Like, what's going on? There is a video of this actually happening, like actual evidence of this happening, but of course I can't put that on YouTube, and it's graphic, it's disturbing. I don't want to do that anyways, but if you look it up, you can find the video. And so that girl, apparently it was over a dispute over a guy, and then, like the woman said, she thought that she was going to link up with this guy and they were going to, like, you know, I guess mess around, hang out, whatever. And he actually was part of her being set up. So he took her to the place where she was supposed to be set up, and apparently she got jumped by people who she thought were friends. And it was, and the only confusing part about this is the whole baby shower part. Like, I don't know if they were supposed to meet up at a baby shower. They were at a baby shower. I don't know. But apparently the story is she got jumped at a baby shower, at her baby shower, whatever. It don't even matter about the details, what's true, what's not. We just know that it happened. Now, there was information about a whole nother girl where this happened to as well. I think on that story that her baby unfortunately didn't make it. But in this particular story with this girl, her baby still is here from my understanding, and she still is doing fine. She was early on in her pregnancy, so don't get so confused with all these other stories going on. I just wanted to talk about this topic in general, and I thought this was a perfect story, especially since it's trending, to speak about friendships in general. Okay, We all know it's a lot of fake females out here. We talk about these stories a lot on my channel because it happens so much. And I just remember all the stuff that I went through as a woman. And it's like crazy because life experiences really will show you who your friends are. And when I was younger, I was very naive. And even like probably 4 or 5 years ago, I still had stuff like this happen to me. Like the friends I have now, I can tell genuinely are my friends because of time and just never falling out with them on nothing major, nothing like that. But I've had friends to where I real deal with thought was my best friends who end up being fake, who end up being snakes. Like and then at that, life happens. Like one of my close friends has a mental health issue, and she told me she had a mental health issue, but I never seen that side of her until something triggered in her for me to see that side. And then she was a whole different person after that. And that was really one of my closest friends. And still to this day, it do hurt me and bother me that we can't be friends really because of her mental health condition, because she really do. And I'm not trying to be funny. She really has like delusional moments of really seeing like stuff that's not there or hearing stuff that's not there and thinking I'm the cause of it. And I just can't control that, So real life circumstances do happen. But it will show you who your friends are and who your friends aren't. Okay. So I agree with the second woman. There is no reason in the world why you felt like the need to jump a pregnant woman. We all know pregnancy is temporary. Okay. So if you feel like you got to do what you got to do, then do that after the pregnancy. Okay. Because I don't feel like, first of all, the baby that's growing inside is innocent. She or he ain't got nothing to do with y'all's beef. Okay. And then on top of that, it's not worth you real deal risking facing a charge for unaliving a fetus or baby, whatever. Okay. Now, of course, that does depend on state laws. I think how old the fetus is, etc. But it does happen. Okay. I'll be watching Fatal Attraction all the time and watching these men who choose to unalive a woman who is pregnant because they don't want their girl find out, etc. And they be facing real deal charges. Okay. So it's just not worth it. Now, with the second story, this is a little bit off topic, but with her, saying that, like, she thinks that the woman should have had a certain surgical procedure done, okay, in order for, for her life to be better or a better outcome, etc. And people might not like what she has to say. It doesn't sound pretty, okay? But I will say that her overall message, I agree with. Now, I'm a type of person to where I can't tell somebody or like what's the best choice for them. I feel like some things happen because they need to happen. I feel like overall God is in control of certain things. So I personally feel like sometimes God let things happen so you can real deal learn from it and grow from it. So I can't tell somebody like, oh, you need to do this or need to do that and have the surgical procedure done for a situation like that, because I'm not the creator. You know what I mean? So I don't know if there's a bigger message behind this, a bigger purpose behind it, etc. But I do understand her message of like, we have to do better and bring our kids into better outcomes. Like, she's absolutely 100% right and correct on that. And I've spoken on this before. We are very much too okay with bringing children into messed up situations. And I'm not saying this as a pedestal or anything like that, because that's me. If y'all have not seen my divorce story, it is on this channel. You can scroll down and find out, or you can just type in my name, Zena Sessions, and put divorce and it pops right on up for you. But I'm a perfect example of that. Like I said in my divorce story, how I was going to get a surgical procedure done for my last child because my butt had a awakening at a way too late time era of me and this person's relationship. And I'm like, I can't bring another child into this situation. Like, I can't do it. Like, I'm about to get this procedure done. But then I just kind of had a spiritual moment and I decided not to. But I totally understand her, because that was my mindset when I was about to get that done, because I'm like, I already messed up as a woman. I already allowed too much toxicity in this relationship to happen when I should have ended it a long time ago. Now, I will say that a lot of us don't realize this until later on. A lot of us don't hit our peak age until we're like 30. If you did not know this, your brain doesn't fully develop until you're in your 20s. And it actually doesn't do repair and retuning, like basically like cleaning up everything until you're 30. So of course, a lot of this stuff don't hit us, like common sense hit us until that age. So I give people certain grace because that's actual factual, that our brains are not developed until a certain time frame, but we just have to do better overall. You know what I mean? And she's absolutely right. And like, that's not your child's responsibility to make you a better person, etc. And it's not. It will help and encourage you, but I do feel like there is a lot of children who have a lot of their mama's trauma on them, and it makes them not want to do certain things because of their parents. You know, I'll give you an example. I have a best friend to where she was the oldest, and she grew up basically having to raise her two younger sisters. Like, me and her would want to hang out sometimes, and sometimes she couldn't because she had to raise her two younger sisters. Still to this day, she don't have no kids. I think she wants kids eventually, but she was absolutely 100% in no rush. And I think she might even change her mind a couple times about it because she had to raise those two kids basically. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like we should be putting that type of responsibility on our children. We do need to bring them in healthy environments. Like, if you do not have a stable, healthy environment, you should not be having kids. And definitely learn from the situations. Don't keep repeating the same situations. You had a bad relationship, you had kids from it. Okay, cool. But please do not get in another relationship and repeat the same things, because at that point, you're not learning. You're not growing. Why you met Tyrone did you dirty, got you pregnant, didn't prioritize your relationship to his family, etc. Okay, cool. So don't go meet little Mook on the corner, little Mookie, and have two more kids and then him show you the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what real deal be happening. Like, at what point are you going to grow, level up, and give your children what they deserve, a healthy, stable environment? And the reason I'm saying this is because it goes way deeper than what y'all think. I've spoke about this before, about how like my background education is in psychology. I've done a lot of studying on the single parent dynamic. I've wrote a whole book on fatherless daughters where I interviewed people, etc., to get the information I needed to write that book. On top of that, I was a fatherless daughter, and I raised I'm raising fatherless daughters from their biological father as well. And that takes a lot of time and healing and even therapy if needed, okay, to get you and your kids to a certain point, because your life statistically is not set up the way that somebody who grew up in a healthy, and heavy on the healthy, because I'm not just talking about two parents living in a house that's toxic. I'm talking about two healthy parents living in the household. Your children statistically have a better outcome that way versus it being a unhealthy household. Okay. And it shows that because financially they tend to do better. They tend to go to better schools. They tend to see better environments. Your environment is very important to you. If you go outside and you're seeing gang violence every single day, then guess what? Your children might want to go to that area, especially these boys. These boys need mentors. I heard from a guy who works in a boys and girls club, which is like a mentorship program for little girls and boys. He said, working in that industry for so long, he learned that girls need counseling, boys need mentors. And I agree. You can put a boy through counseling as long as he needs to, but as soon as he sees somebody outside who look like him, he's going to probably go out and do what that person's doing, because they need to see it. They need to be around it. So if they look outside and the first thing they see is like, oh, there's these 5 guys, they're in this gang, they're cool, all the girls like them, that's where they want to go. They're not going to listen to you like that, being the mother, because they don't have an example of them. Now, your girls, they'll listen to you because you're the example of them. They know that that's what they're going to grow into. He knows he's not going to grow into a woman, so he's going to look for who he's going to grow into, if that makes sense. So I personally feel like the best thing you can do is get him into like some type of boys groups, activities, Boy Scouts, stuff like that. Or if possible, please do not rush this process. But if you are a person who wants to get married again, etc., make sure you choose a good partner who does not mind stepping in and filling that role. But he needs to be the example of what you would want your son to be. You know what I mean? And that will vary depending on the ages of your children. Okay? Because some might be okay with it. Some might fight it. You know what I mean? Like it's harder for adolescents to kind of adapt to the whole stepdad situation. I will say that, but I'm just saying they need mentors. They need examples in front of them. Okay. So this goes deeper than what you think it is. So when she's speaking about that, I absolutely agree with her 100% because stats have showed it. I have seen it. I have heard it. I have interviewed it. Okay. It's very much true in what she's saying. And we got to do better with bringing kids. It's not like we're bringing pets into this world. We are bringing real deal humans, and they should not have to grow up like dealing with our trauma. And then that tends to become their trauma when they get older. You know what I mean? So they deserve better. They deserve way better. And with the third story, I definitely agree. Like, you have to trust your gut. You know, I talk a lot about spiritual health over here because it's very much important. And if I did not have a great spiritual relationship with God, my spirit guides, etc., if I did not have a good spiritual health within myself, then I would not be able to talk the way I talk, prosper the way I prosper, manifest the things I manifest. Like, I've realized how powerful I am because of the work that I have put within me, if that makes sense. Okay. I've tried to tell y'all this all the time because it's very important. Right now, at this time and age, especially with the way things are going, there's only two sides, okay? There are people who mainly function in a low vibration, and there's people who mainly function in the high vibration. People who are on this side, a lot of times their lives tend to be happier. But notice that people on this side, their life always tend to go downhill. They're always in drama. Love never works out for them. From time to time, they always having financial issues, you know, just drama because they're in that low vibration. Where people on this side, they don't tend to have those problems. They tend to prosper because they're in that frequency. So I always try to tell y'all, work on yourself, truly work on yourself so that you can get on a high frequency, high vibration. If I would have known this knowledge, baby, when I was in my 20s, if I would have had the brain I have now, I would have never went through the stuff that I went through, but it has made me into who I am. But that is how I manifested my person. That is how I was able to grow my finances. That's how I was always able to be okay. Okay, because I had God on my side and I listened when it was time to listen. A lot of us don't listen. When God tell you to do something, do it. When he say your season is done with that person, it's done. Y'all hold on to people and it holds you back. Okay, so that is all I have to say on this topic. Y'all let me know what y'all think when it comes to these frenemies. Trust your intuition. Trust your spirit, guys. Talk to God more. Like, some of y'all need to detox and fast. Like, it's a lot going on. But let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all on the next one.